We're used to seeing AI create images and videos, right? But what if instead of just making an image of a city, AI could make a 3D version of it that you could walk around in? That's what I'm testing in Unreal Engine this week. If you're new here, I'm an artist, and the whole reason I'm learning Unreal Engine and VFX and virtual production in general is because I want to turn my artwork into little mini movies. So for me, learning Unreal isn't about just learning software. I want to build worlds around my artwork, but I also want the artwork itself to become the scene sometimes. Like taking a flower from one of my paintings, turning it into something animated, and then putting myself inside that world so I can interact with it. There's a tool in Unreal called PCG that builds whole environments from a few rules instead of placing everything by hand. Forests, landscapes, even entire cities. In the demo, they built a city using PCG, and MCP was basically the AI helper guiding the process, and it looked almost too easy. So this week, I tried myself, and let's just say my version did not look like the demo. I've never used PCG before, so this was definitely a beginner test, but a city felt like a real world use case for what I'm trying to learn. And I already have a bunch of Kit Bash kits that I've collected over different Black Friday sales. You know how it goes. You see a good sale, you think, I'm definitely going to use this one day, and then the files just sit there. So when I saw that city demo, I thought maybe this is a good time to actually start using those kits. So this was really a workflow test. I wanted to see if the AI could turn my assets into a usable set. I ended up using the Enwiro/Claude MCP instead of the built-in Unreal MCP because once I looked into it more, Enwiro seemed to have more tools available. My goal was to have Claude help me start setting up the city scene using my Kit Bash assets from the reference images I had. In my head, I was going to be like, here's the vibe I want, here are the assets, help me rough out the city. But in reality, it took a lot of back and forth, a lot of iterations, and it still wasn't really getting to the look I wanted. And that was a reality check, like watching a polished tech demo and trying to do it yourself. Two totally different things. And what I'm realizing is that AI can help, but it still needs a lot of direction. It needs constraints and a clear system. Yesterday, I switched over and tried using codecs through Enwiro to see if that would work better for this kind of scene. I didn't get that far with it yet, and it's still not going exactly the way I want, but I'm curious enough to keep testing it. I think the biggest thing I learned about all of this so far is that you need to break it down and start with smaller sections or smaller things for it to do. Instead of trying to build a city, I probably need to start with one street or a block or just one small section. That way I can give the AI a clear job and actually judge whether the workflow is helping or just creating more cleanup for me. So even though I don't have anything actually done, I still made progress because I learned something from all of this. I was supposed to jump back into my Unreal Engine course next week, but I'm going to give myself one more week for testing. I'm just having too much fun with this stuff. I'll catch you guys next week.